December 2019. This is just about competition, everything being a contest, people trying to one-up each other, that predatory mindset, just that whole entire deal, which could probably be a huge sprawling topic, so I'm gonna just start it off. Basically, God made us all equal, and true equality does exist for God's people, but this world is all about haves and have-nots, but that's not new news, we've known that forever. With the way our society and its systems are, obviously rich people are going to be at an advantage over poor people. That's just how it is. They have more money at their disposal that they could hire other people to work for them, like lawyers or getting out of jail. But eventually there's going to come a time when that will be behind us and we'll never have to think about it again. A big thing about America is the idea that we live in a meritocracy, but that's not actually what's going on. There's the way things are advertised, and you should know there's no truth in advertisement. It's all fake. Anyway, one thing that this world will convince you to do is turn everything into a competition, to the point where simple fun group activities like art jams or writing jams or whatever turns into a contest in the minds of some of the participants. I'll plead guilty to that. It's kind of a hard mindset to get rid of. The way everything's a contest and people are ranked as being better or worse than others. And sometimes people that have really terrible skills and they're not good at anything, but they do certain favors for the people running the contest, they will win through their connections and their favors, that more skilled people that are eligible to win according to the rules of the contest, they're not going to win. You're going to see that a lot. The popularity contests are all a sham because popularity is a sham. If you just look at the comments under the videos of all popular people, 100% of those comments are from shills and fake users, even bots. They keep begging for like, comment, subscribe, even though they have thousands, millions of subscribers, but those are empty accounts. They're fake. That's been picked to pieces. You can just find information about empty subscribers and bot comments, and not enough people talk about fake users. Everybody complains about idiotic users, but only a few people want to come out and say that they're actually fake. I think a lot of people know, but they just simply refuse to talk about it because even people that are partially honest want to keep up the illusions of this world and pretend that things are not the way they truly are. You know how it is. Well, I actually don't really feel like saying anything else right now. Maybe later. Thoughts about sports. Now, I'm not bashing on sports. I'm not saying they're inherently bad. I'm just commenting on them. The whole pitting people against each other to compete for a title and a reward, and it just ties in with how everything is a race or a pissing contest and everybody wants to be the first to do something. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I often want to be the first or the best. We all do, I'm sure. Society's kind of pounded that into us. You get rewarded for being the first, and a lot of fights break out over who did things first. Like when you present an idea and then somebody else presents the same idea that they got it from you, but they get more recognition for the thing that you said first, and then a fight breaks out. Yeah, I get it. That's just how it is. The truth is a truth that stands on its own, and it doesn't matter who reports it first, because it turns out the truth has always been there, but it was hidden. First, the truth was hidden, then it got reported on. Well, it was gatekept. The truth was known by evil people who hid the truth. And then among the real people who are not allowed to know the truth, when it comes to who comes out with it first, a fight can break out. But let's not worry about that. Just the way everything's a sport, you'll notice I don't play tabletop games or video games anymore, but just like sports, these games are all about combat, basically. Card games are about combat, and video games are about combat. And I guess the word microaggression comes to mind for whatever reason. I just feel like that word fits in with this. It goes with the theme of people beating each other up instead of coming together to work on something greater. Video games seem to primarily be about beating up NPCs that look like people or monsters which have a humanoid-based design. And pacifist video games rely on this stereotype. So if you're playing a pacifist video game, it's going to talk a whole lot about violence and combat. It needs this theme of violence in order to have something to subvert and to comment on. You're probably not going to see nonviolent games just go, oh, okay, let's all go get along. No, they have to make a big social commentary because this is a big part of society. Just the things you look at, the media we consume. A lot of action movies are all about fighting and combat, and it's choreographed just like a dance. Fight choreography. Yep. And this is so prevalent that we think nothing of it. It's just business as usual. Whenever we see violence in the media, violence in games, violent stories, read about violence in history books, it's just business as usual. But if you ever see something about getting along and working together to do some good stuff, isn't that unusual? Don't you ever stop and think, hey, I don't hear about this every day. This is very rare that I hear about it. And so I'm just commenting on that.